answer any questions. Thanks for coming. I'll answer your questions.
Front row, Dave.
Urban, you mentioned earlier in the week that your tight end situation is a mess. Who is your third string tight end if you needed to play a third string guy? Don't even have one, huh? So it's Barry and Alexander probably going to redshirt. Rashard Berry and A.J. Alexander.
A lot better. So I don't even think that far ahead. So I just know if we lose two tight ends, we got a problem. Marco Jones probably.
Oh, okay. And then how? I know you mentioned Nick Van Nett didn't play all that well this past week, but overall how do you feel about Van Nett and Ball?
I feel good. And he's Marcus Ball is playing the best he's played since he's been here. His focus is there. He's doing a very good job. So I feel comfortable. You notice we played him a lot more than he's ever played in the two tight end set. But the next guy, to answer your question, will go to Detroit Marco will be the point of attack guy.
Far left, Matt.
Just off the topic of the game, but it's Hall of Fame weekend, and Coach Trussell is one of us. And I know you battled against it, but just what was your impression of from afar your coaching stops while he was here?
I think Coach Trussell ran the premier program, or if not the premier, one of the premier programs in America. I always admired it. When I was at Bowling Green, I came down and studied. I know Coach Trussell since I was a graduate assistant here, and he went to Youngstown State. And we used to work camps together. So premier, on and off the field, did great things. And I think that's what's great about Ohio State. Everybody appreciates the efforts of the coaches. So I think it's great.
Front row right, Austin.
Urban, when you guys go into a game with Braxton having such a maybe variety of plays and packages, do you have an idea how often you want him to touch the ball?
Oh yeah, it's right in front of me, and I kind of check it off as we go.
Well, how big is that number? If you maybe without spilling.
A lot of it's how he's started by it's usually a double-digit number, and then see how the game's going, and also how his body's feeling and the movement. So you can tell when a guy's hot. That's why I love to be on the sideline and get that fire. And sometimes he doesn't. So that's how we determine that.
Back row right, you got play.
Braxton throw yet?
Yes.
You could employ him in that role.
I think I'm going to tell you that. He could. I'm just kidding, Clay. He can throw, and we're still very cautious because that'd be a bad thing right now to hurt himself. But he's potentially could throw.
There's a hell of a glare.
Second row left, Lori.
Coach, between headphones going out and defensive players clapping to interfere with cadences, we've heard a lot lately about game day communications being interfered with. How many alternate ways do you have to communicate on game day? How many insurance policies do you have to have?
Several. Yeah, I heard but we weren't even clapping that day. It was last week, if I remember right. That's a really good, solid excuse by a lineman that we don't accept. So if I'm here, so they're saying that?
No, no, they weren't. That's why I asked the question in general.
We have plenty of different ways to get the ball off and all that. So that was the reason we were jumping offside. We weren't playing very well, and the defense was giving us a multitude of different looks. So we weren't locked in like we should have been. But we do, to answer your question, we do have different ways.
And if your headphones go out, do you have a way of going? Okay.
Oh, if they do?
Yeah.
I don't know that. I'm sure we have alternatives. I don't think we've ever had that.
Front row right, Tim.
Yeah, Urban, couple of quickies. Is Mike Weber, you said he might be back this week. Do you think he'll be back?
Yeah. He didn't have a good day yesterday. He's still not quite ready.
A little sore and stuff?
A little sore.
Yeah.
But so we're going to hold him this week, and we're probable for next week.
This is my second one, but I want to ask this. Did Brigante getting that touchdown? Obviously, he had that drop in the first game and stuff. Do you like to see confidence in guys? Do you see something in him? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's earned that right. He's earned it. Everything's earned.
Yeah.
And his earning is on special teams. He really does a good job for us. And he's got momentum, and if he's dogging it or not going hard and he fumbles, and I can't stand fumbles versus the next guy, but I grabbed him right after that and said, it's a whole different animal when a guy's not going hard. When a guy's straining and trying, it's a little bit like a penalty. I hate penalties, but when a guy's straining and going, I'm not talking about the stupid ones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the guy that jumps off sides or the guy that, maybe a PI because he's going after the ball so hard. We'll coach against that, but that's nothing compared to the guy that doesn't go hard. The guy that does not go hard disappears.
The other thing, when you look at Northern Illinois in a nutshell, what stands out about their defense? They had a little bit of trouble off and on last week with Murray State, and I think the week before with Las Vegas. But just what, as you've looked at them a little bit, what just jumps out at you about them?
When I played in that conference for 2 years, I actually lost to them
Yeah.
in 02, and we had like a big win streak going. I can't remember what it was.
I think 11 games or something.
And we lost to them, and that place was, and so, you know, this is a really good plug for the AD administration. They just keep hiring great coaches one after each other, and they're extremely well coached, very good players, big. This is a mid-level. I mean, this is a Big Ten talent we're facing at certain positions. Quarterback's a stud. Today was my day at lunchtime. I watched the whole UNLV game, and he's a runner, thrower. I think he's a senior too, competitive guy. So this is a
fourth year
really good
junior,
team,
yeah.
really good team, really good program. And just, I think 5 straight years, 11 wins.
But do they do anything interesting on defense that stands out? I mean, what?
Yeah, they can be, you know, it's pretty much our defense, base defense, and then they do some unique things in the odd, which we have not had great success against that, so.
Front row left, Doug?
Urban, with the way Zeke and the run game went crazy in the postseason last year, is there anything different you're seeing from defenses this year in their respect for your run game or how they're trying to defend that?
Good question. Probably, you know, we've faced 2, you know, it's, once again, this is a really good solid excuse, but this is more realistic. We have not seen that base defense yet. You know, we thrive on that, so teams are really challenging us, and we beat us with the throw game, and we did okay, you know, against Virginia Tech, okay, Saturday we did not. But they're challenging our run game, and they're not, I think people are saying, let's not let that Zeke Elliott just tear us apart. And the offensive line, let's not just play base, let's move all over the place and create confusion. And we had opportunities, anytime you face a defense like that, the big hit opportunity is there. We've not hit it, and certainly last week we did not. I think our best big play was 20 yards or 24 yards, and there were certainly opportunities to have them, but the edge blocking was not good. And so, respect for Zeke is one, and they're also just not playing base defense.
Far left, Ralph, last 2 questions.
Urban, when you first got here, I seem to remember you were having a hard time finding players to fill that H-back role. Now it seems like you've got a lot of good options. What is the difference in this offense when you have options at that position and when you're sort of searching for options at that position?
Yeah, and that's, I think, if you have to give Tom Herman and our offensive staff credit, is our first year of offense, you can call it a spread, it was not. It was Braxton and Carlos, and we take a few shots down the field. It was not a spread so-called offense. The more you develop H-backs and those type of guys that you can get on the edge, and you still haven't seen it yet this year. We have not played, we've not attacked the field this way yet. But that's what that gives you. And we do have some talent, very talented guys. I mean, kind of exactly what you dream of when you put together this style of offense.
And final question, Bill?
You're not all the way through the practice week, but do you have a sense of whether you guys have gotten back in sync after the short week?
2 great days of practice. I usually won't say that, but I'm really excited right now. And 2 hot days, and that's a lot of reasons to not go hard. And really, I'm feeling great about my 2 days of practice. Now tomorrow, we got to get them healthy and get them rested and clean up. But 2 really good days of practice.
And Tim addressed this a little bit. You said Northern Illinois is a Big Ten caliber team. I mean, how big a test will this be for you guys?
Well, a Big Ten caliber team. It's a very good football team that's used to winning and finds ways to win. They found a way last week, and those are the toughest teams. It's special teams, and I like my little tradition on Sunday. Come in and watch your kickoff return, and they're well coached and they go extremely hard. So this is going to be we got to swing real hard to get it done.
Great. Coach,
Thank you guys.
very much.
Thanks, Coach.
Hey, folks, we'll meet you on the indoor.